Who built Stonehenge? First of all, how did they get those massive stones up there? The biggest stone at Stonehenge weighs around 25 tons. That is one heavy rock, and there are 30 of these massive rocks in the structure. But even more impressive than that is that no one knows how they got there. Researchers have found no evidence of machines or ramps or any other objects that could have helped the ancient builders lift these enormous stones. There are some theories though. One popular theory is that the builders used a giant crane-like machine to lift the stones into place. However, archaeologists have found no evidence that such a device existed during the time Stonehenge was built. Another theory is that the stones were simply hauled up a ramp. However, this would have required a lot of manpower, and it's not clear if the builders had the necessary technology or skills to do this. For example, according to Historic Environment Scotland, an organization dedicated to the preservation of Scotland's historic environment, the builders of Stonehenge would have had to cut down and drag massive trees to create a ramp. They would then have had to haul the stones up the ramp using ropes and levers. But again, there is no evidence that they had the technology or skills necessary to do this. So for now, the mystery of how the stones were lifted remains unsolved. No machines. Another interesting fact about Stonehenge is that it was built without the use of machines. In today's world, we have all sorts of machines that can help us build things quickly and easily. However, in the time of Stonehenge, there were no such machines. The builders of Stonehenge had to do everything by hand, including cutting down trees, hauling stones, and raising huge rocks. This is truly amazing considering the size and complexity of the monument. It really makes you wonder how they did it. How did they cut the stones so precisely? How did they move them around? And how did they lift them up? Unfortunately, we don't have all the answers to these questions, but what we do know is that it took a lot of hard work and dedication to build Stonehenge. It's truly a testament to the builders' skill and determination. No answers. Finally, there are still many unanswered questions about Stonehenge. For example, we don't know exactly why it was built or what it was used for. We also don't know who built it or how long it took to build. There are many theories about these things, but ultimately we don't have any concrete answers. This is because Stonehenge is so old. Most of the evidence that could have provided answers has been lost to time. However, there are some things that we can be sure of. We know that Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument that was built in Wiltshire, England. We also know that it was built in 3 phases over a period of about 1,500 years, and we know that it was used as a burial ground for many centuries. But beyond that, we're pretty much in the dark. There are all sorts of theories about Stonehenge, but nothing is for certain. Some people believe that Stonehenge was a place of worship. Others believe it was used for astronomical purposes, and still others believe it was simply a burial ground. The truth is, we may never know for sure what Stonehenge was used for, but that doesn't stop us from wondering and exploring the many theories out there. So who built Stonehenge? While we may never know the true answer to this question, we can appreciate the monument for its beauty and mystery. If you ever get the chance to visit Stonehenge, I highly recommend it. It's truly a remarkable place. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. See you next time.